Now, let's look at it another way. I've told you that you should love God more. How do you do that? How do you make yourself love God more? You know, there's a thing from physics, if I lay on the ground, and I'm laying on the ground, of course with my clothes on and a belt around my waist, and I'm laying on the ground, and I've got both hands on my belt as I lay on the ground, and I'm pulling up like this with all my might and straining with all my strength. And you say, what are you trying to do? I say, well, I'm trying to lift myself off the ground. You say, it's not going to work. That's not the way physics works. You can't apply the force in that way and expect it to pull you off the ground. But that's the way a lot of people are with regard to the love of God. I need to love God more. Yes. But how do you do it? Well, I'm going to tell you how. I have been married for 23 years to my beautiful wife from Peru, Charo Casado. We're older than we were. She's not. You're not, honey. If you're listening, you're not older. I'm older. But we're older. I love her now far more than when I first laid eyes on her. And the first time I laid eyes on her, she rocked my world. I almost fell over, almost passed out. But I love her more now than I did then. Why? Now, first of all, she's a virtuous woman, but she's an imperfect woman. Why do I love her more now? Because I see more of her virtue now than I saw when I first met her. And what does that virtue in her do? It draws out my affections. So the more I see of her virtue, the more that draws out my affections. I don't, sit in a corner like doing exercises, groaning and moaning, and she looks at me and says, what are you doing? I say, well, I'm trying to love you more. It doesn't work. That's not how you love somebody more. As a matter of fact, you don't really do anything. You're not the one making yourself love someone more, but rather it's the virtue in that person that's drawing love out of you. It's drawing affection out of you. So the more I know of her virtue, the more my affections are drawn out toward her, and I appreciate her. I value her. I esteem her. Do you see that? It's the same way in Christianity. Truly, I know it seems too simple. The more that you see of the virtues of God, if you're regenerate, if you're truly Christian, because if you're not a Christian, the more you see of the virtues of God, the more you'll hate Him. But if you're Christian and your heart has been renewed, recreated in the image of God and has righteous affections, then the more you see of the attributes, the works, the beauties, the excellencies of God, the more that will draw out your affections and the more motivated you will be to follow Him. Do you see that? I hope you can see that.